going.
Hey friends, David Walls here, Executive Director of the Family Foundation. I'm joined with two of our lead policy team members, Nick Spencer and Jesse Green. We are, as you can see, outside of your Kentucky Capitol because today marks the beginning of part 2 of the 2025 General Assembly. We're excited to see the legislature resume today. It's going to be probably a mad sprint to the end of the session, the remainder of the session. We are expecting a flurry of activity this week, and you know we had 1 week of the session back earlier in January, and there were already several very important key pro-family bills that were already filed. We're expecting some more important bills to be filed as the session resumes. But we just wanted to provide this quick update to our supporters, and if you haven't gotten signed up to receive our email updates and our action alerts, our text updates, I encourage folks to go to KentuckyFamily.org right now and get signed up. We'll be publishing our legislative edition of our Kentucky Citizen here in the very near future. And we just sent an email update out today. We have updated our Action Center on our website. If you go to KentuckyFamily.org/takeaction, we are putting together action alerts where you can, with essentially a click of a button, send a very encouraging message to your House and Senate members here at the General Assembly in support of some key pro-family bills. And we just want to update folks about a couple of those bills that were already filed, as I said earlier in January. And one of the important issues this session, themes I hope that we see the legislature address, is strengthening the religious freedom protections that are needed here in the Commonwealth. So Jesse, would you share a little bit about an important religious freedom bill that's been filed?
Yes. So in both chambers we have bills to update Kentucky's Religious Freedom Restoration Act. And this is important because Kentucky is falling behind in religious freedom protections. According to the Religious Liberty in the States Index, Kentucky is actually 34th out of 50 states, which is unacceptable for a state like Kentucky. So those two bills are Senate Bill 60 from Senator Rawlings, and then House Bill 177 from Representative T.J. Roberts. And they would update RFRA to ensure that we have strong religious liberty protections and that Kentuckians can seek relief in Kentucky courts if they have their rights violated by the government.
Incredibly important issue, and if you go to our website again right now at KentuckyFamily.org, you can take action in support of updating Kentucky's Religious Freedom Restoration Act. So I'm going to bring Nick Spencer in now to share about two other important bills that folks can learn more about on our website.
Yeah, related to the issue of religious liberty, House Bill 37 has been filed by Representative James Tipton, which would actually correct an issue in the state's tax code that currently requires churches to basically act as tax collectors for the state. So House Bill 37 from Representative Tipton, we're totally in support of that bill. We would encourage you to engage on that bill as well. Not quite related to religious liberty, but also a very important pro-family bill is House Bill 208, authored by Representative Josh Bray and also co-sponsored by Representative James Tipton, to restrict the use of phones in public schools. Children need to be engaged in the learning process in public schools. As we know all too well, the public schools here in Kentucky are struggling, and we think this would be a very good step in the right direction at helping to correct some of the issues that we see in public schools. That also prevents social media from being accessed on school Wi-Fi. Lots of good protections there, and that's another bill you can engage with through our Action Center.
Well, and look, you know, the issue of protecting kids online continues to be an incredibly important issue. We made some progress on that last session with an important bill, and I'm hopeful and encouraged by House Bill 208 that's already been filed, and I suspect we'll see some other bills being filed as well to help protect kids online. And then finally, we just want to remind folks about an action alert that we actually sent out at the end of, or earlier this week, or the end of last week, and that is the issue of protecting our tax dollars from funding so-called gender transitions and really removing our tax dollars from the equation as it relates to pushing gender madness. We continue to be so thankful for the bold and courageous action we have seen President Trump take just in the first few days of office. We've shared about some of the important executive orders that he signed. One of those is an executive order to protect kids from gender transitions nationwide and to protect our federal tax dollars. But unfortunately, as we've seen here in the Commonwealth with the the outrageous actions of our governor just a few months ago, seeking to actually force taxpayers in Kentucky to have to pay for gender transitions for prisoners. If you can believe that, that has just, I think, opened hopefully the eye of the legislature to the need that we need to ensure that our tax dollars are never used for these types of outrageous activities. We also know the issue of protecting our tax dollars and banning these radical DEI programs on our college campuses is going to be a big topic, I hope, this session as well. So there's a lot still to come. But again, if you go to our website at kentuckyfamily.org, you can start taking action on these important items. Share them with your friends, with your family, with your church. Now is the time to engage. Now is the time to be bold. As I like to say, government belongs to those that show up. We thank you for showing up with us and being the salt and light that God has called you to be.